manufacturing sector with Decora blinds. So been with them for 5 years now.
Absolutely. And can you tell us a bit about Decora and your setup? What type of company are you? How big are you?
Yep, love talking about Decora, big company. Basically, we're probably one of Lisbon's biggest employers. 1,000 people we employ, but not many people really hear about us day to day because we sell window blind coverings to the trade. So generally speaking, we don't sell directly to the end user. And what that means is we have a very manual process with a lot of staff based over 5 sites in Lisbon and 1 site over in England in Birmingham. So
okay, and when we first started conversations about 12 months ago, you were looking for like an integrated solution, can you speak to what it was you were actually looking for prior to meeting us?
Yeah, well, we're a family-owned company, and over the years the business has built up the way organically, the way a lot of family-owned companies tend to do. And basically, we had a lot of disparate systems, including our host here Obby, our host here Hallmark, and a NTD, I believe, are somewhere around today. And basically, those different systems handle different aspects of our HR and training and management. What we needed was something to knit them together and take the data from each of those systems and present them to our frontline supervisory staff so they could use the system use the information contained within that system. So basically what Obby did is Obby came in, had a chat with us about our problems, and I'm sure if any company there's lots of problems, so we basically had a chat about those and figured out where they would slot into and talk to those systems and what we would extract from them.
Absolutely. We talked about our opportunities.
Our opportunities, yes, obviously.
But absolutely. So in like being one of the biggest manufacturers in Europe, and employing whatever 1,200 staff, etc., across those 6 sites, I'm sure you had a host of solutions in front of you that you could potentially have went with, or certainly industry-leading IT solutions, let's say. So what was it about Obby specifically that impressed you or that made you push the button and go on a project like this?
Because I believe Obby were the only ones who can fill all the little niches that we needed. Basically, a lot of our data was contained in a place where folks in the front line couldn't see it, or we were using systems that was requiring us to have subject matter experts out of the business for a long time, delivering information to staff. And Obby allowed us to tick all those boxes. It also was quite easy for our staff to take it in because it's quite a user-friendly system. In terms of we're the manufacturing sector, and quite often a lot of the front and center staff who are actually using the system, they tend to not be IT savvy. They tend to not want to engage in IT solutions. But the thing about Obby is it's a very simple solution to sort of get your head around, especially if you're an operator. And that's one of the things that I think was a compelling reason to go forward with it, I suppose.
Yeah, and then as part of the project as a whole, just to give everybody a bit of insight, we attacked like 5 main areas, I suppose. The first was the induction and ongoing training. The second was like recording informal skills and mentoring that were going on in the business, and the skills matrix and the training matrix that I'm sure you all have. And then it was compliance, policy distribution, sign off, and then in the end it was the accident management, pulling all that together if there was any incidents on site as well. I mean, like, if you're taking those 5 areas, let's say for example, can you sort of describe to everybody maybe what it was like before Obby and after you introduced Obby?
Yeah. Really, I like to hit in 2 main areas because, like, to me they make the most sense, and I'm sure like there's a number of different sectors of people in the room that will probably. The thing about Obby is it's quite a flexible system, so what works for me and my company will be totally different to works for folks out in the floor here. But the 2 I like to touch on is probably induction, because induction for us as a manufacturer, we've got a lot of boxes we have to tick on day 1. You can't just let people out on the floor and say, have at it, get on with it. You have to basically have all those compliance boxes ticked before you can allow them out on the floor. Our induction was quite onerous. It was quite a long process. It allowed us to streamline the induction, automate it, and allow anyone to be able to deliver it. And what that does is that allows us to take that subject matter expert, who's one of our high performers in the business, and utilise them more effectively somewhere else. And outside of that, the other area I'd like to touch on is the skills matrix. So basically, as a manufacturing firm, we couldn't really get access to where our skills were recorded, i.e. the amount of hours someone's completed against a certain skill. what Abby allowed us to do was present that to our supervisors so they can access that information at their desk, on their phone, on a tablet, anywhere they needed it, as they needed it, and you didn't need to be familiar with the team to understand what their capabilities were. So that meant we could be far more efficient. It meant that there was less staff maybe sort of saying like, look, I'm not fully trained, when you can actually say, yes, I know you are and I know what your capabilities are, so we can sort of work to full efficiency. And those are the two areas that I believe like before and after had the biggest effect in our story anyway.
And then, like, just, I suppose, branching on from that, you know, often, as you touched on before, there can be a bit of resistance to adoption of new technologies or systems. One of the big things that we try to do, and one of the things we say is we don't try to change how you do things in your business. You know, we just try and remove the things that are being in the butt for you, really. All the paperwork, spreadsheets, recording stuff, you know, and potential for human error or missing things. And maybe, do you want to speak to a bit about the rollout, maybe, or adoption, or anything that surprised you around that?
So one of the things we found, like with the adoption thing of any IT solution in any business that I've ever been in, I've worked in call centres and areas where you would think IT adoption cannot be hard, but it actually turns out it can be. What you do is, what we found is, especially in our manufacturing sector, there's lots of folks who are like, see a new piece of IT as a challenge, and they don't see it as something to be embraced. They always see it as something that, oh God, is this going to take a job of me, or is this something that I'm going to be able to master because I'm not that keen on technology? And what we found from Obby was a lot of engagement from Obby, especially with key stakeholders, especially with people who are nervous about going ahead with the product. It helped us to engage those people, bring them along with the journey, ask their opinion, ask them how they want the system to look, and because they're part of that journey, they I hate the word journey, but it was.
Great bond.
And basically they would then feel more buy-in towards the product. There was also sort of self-evident good in some of the product, like if you're showing a supervisor, here's a skills matrix which shows you what your floor is capable of, you don't have to go any further to convince them. They turn around and say, yeah, I want that. How do I get that? What do I have to put into it? But what I think you're talking about is in terms of engagement and using technology, it wasn't a problem. A, because it was very user friendly, and B, because we engaged with all of the key stakeholders who we feel could have had resistance towards it.
Perfect, okay. And then anything in closing that you would say to people with regards to maybe if you're exploring ways of doing things more efficiently or addressing these opportunities you may have in the business?
Well, what I would say is Gareth gave you an extremely comprehensive overview of Obby, but it's sometimes hard to see the wood for the trees, I think. And it really only became clear to me what Gareth and JP can offer when they came in and they talked to us about, okay, what are your pain points? What are the things within your company that you want to have addressed? What is your wish list? And it's at that point that you start to open your eyes and go like, okay, we want this solution, but it sort of morphs into something else as you go through it. And what I would say is basically, Obby's a hard thing to describe to folks. It's a hard thing for people to understand what it can do for you because it's such a flexible system. And as I said earlier on, you can kind of think to yourself, you know, that's the manufacturing sector. Sure, that'll work for them. It won't work for my particular situation. But I wouldn't argue that. I would say like it can adapt to any business. So I would say invite them in and have a chat about your pain points and see where you think the flexible system can fit in with your business. It's been good for us. It's given us things that I don't think we could have got anywhere else. And I'll be genuine about that. I don't think we could have got our skills matrix from another source. And again, our induction again is a major saving.
Thanks.
That's about it for me anyway.
Perfect, thanks. We'll just open up